Hey you guys, it's Vijaya. I'm currently vacationing in France and having the time of my life, and I came across a really great recipe that I wanted to share with you, and that is for something called Tarte Flambée. Tarte Flambée has its origins in Germany, but it does have a bit of a French influence, and what it is a thin cracker-like pizza that's topped with crème fraîche, bacon, yeah, anything with bacon, and thinly sliced onions. It's super easy to make and it's super yummy, so let's begin. So you'll want one sweet onion like this. It's about a medium-sized sweet onion. We have a cup of crème fraîche. If you don't have crème fraîche, you can always use sour cream. I have a cup of thinly sliced bacon. In France, they call them lardons, but go ahead and buy some bacon and chop them up into little pieces like this until you get a cup. A little bit of salt and fresh nutmeg to taste. And here's the great thing. I'm cheating, you guys. I'm cheating and using store-bought pizza dough. So feel free to buy store-bought and make your own, and make sure you roll it out super thin like this because you want a really thin crust. So let's begin. I'm going to start by thinly cutting my onions, thinly slicing them, and you just want to remove the top and bottom. You've probably all done this before. And remove the skin. Okay, now we're good to go. Just slice it like this, and you just want to make sure you get it really nice and thin because you want it to melt into the pizza. The onions are nice and thin, and it's almost as if you can like read through them. That's how thin they are, okay? So they're ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna add about half a teaspoon of salt to my crème fraîche. You can add it to your own taste, as well as some nutmeg. So I have a little handy dandy little thing like this, but if you have just the little nutmeg whole, you can just use a fine grater to grind some in. And again, it's to your taste. And I just love the nutty aroma that it gives the entire dish, and it's very traditional with Tarte Flambée. So give that a nice stir. Remember, your bacon or your lardon that you're using is gonna have a little bit of salt in it as well, so you don't have to go crazy with the salt. I think I'm gonna add a little more nutmeg though. That looks good. And then I wanna give it a taste to see if it's doing okay, okay? That's enough salt. Hello. That's enough salt, okay. So now, onto the pastry. So again, this is pre-made pizza dough that's already been rolled out. You're gonna take your cream mixture. What I like to do is like dollop it all around. That's what I like to do, but look what I did right there. I just dolloped it in one place, but it's okay because this is easy to spread out. See that? Come on, how beautiful does that look? So good. And you just want to spread it out, leave a bit of an edge like you would if you were making pizza or whatever. And just make sure that every little bit gets a bit of that crème fraîche. Right, simple, right? On to the onions. One thin, even layer. And these are gonna get nice and beautiful and soft and caramelized in the oven. And don't forget the edges. The edges need some love too. Here we go. Break them up. And the last little bit. Now my friend, bacon. You can never have too much bacon. And really, I think a cup is gonna be perfect for this. And do you see how quickly this came together? Literally took 5 minutes because we did have the help of the pre-made pizza dough, and everything else is simple. You don't have to grate cheese, you just have to dump is such a great word, dump some sour cream. Dump some sour cream or some crème fraîche out of a container, and you have this beautiful specimen right here. So now what I'm gonna do is I have a preheated oven. It's preheated to 400 degrees. I'm gonna pop this into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes, let it get nice and crispy and golden brown. I want those onions to melt. I want the lardon or the bacon to get nice and crispy, and then I'm gonna get that, eating all of this myself. Okay, let's go to the oven. Okay, you guys, the tarte flambée is done. I pulled it out of the oven about 10 minutes ago, and that gave it just enough time to set up and cool down a little bit because that'll make it easier to cut. So let's do this. Oh yeah, you can hear the crunch. The crème fraîche has caramelized nicely, and look at those easy cuts, right? That's because it's really crunchy. And wow, my easy cuts are obviously not straight. I have issues, okay. But it's okay, it's gonna taste good. Ugh. And I love the corner piece, so that's the piece I'm gonna try. And you just wanna cut it into thirds like that. The corner slice is my favorite because of all the little crispy crust. And let's give it a taste. Lord have mercy. Look at that crispy crust. You see that? It's amazing. You think pizza needs cheese? No, it doesn't. It needs crème fraîche. The lardon, that bacon, the fat has melted into the crème fraîche and has given it this lovely, whoa, this lovely smoky flavor. Wow, that's embarrassing. And then you can taste like the onions and they become nice and soft and sweet. You just see like it's only taken like 4 ingredients. It was crème fraîche, pizza dough, lardon, what else? Onions, and that's it. A few seasonings. Pop it in the oven and you have the most amazing French pizza ever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a good one, wasn't it? If you thought so, please let me know by giving me a big old thumbs up. You know how that makes me feel. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to always leave me a comment or suggestion down below. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I will continue to eat this tarte flambée. Very French, very Alsatian, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.